Okay, so I'm back playing a little bit more Outer Worlds 2. This is so stupid to me, actually. I haven't even been doing commentaries that much. So the stupid-ass red trim house with round windows, you'd think it's that one, where you have to, like, break into it. Nah. This is DeVries' house right here. We're on, like, part 6, so I'm gonna get to DeVries' house finally. And on top of that, you're inside of it. I think I walked into it before. I wasn't paying attention. Like, what the fuck?
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it, though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I? I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
There's an advantage to working all on your lonesome. You ain't gotta fight for resources, and nobody else can take credit for your victories. I always found that funny, seeing as if you fail, it's standard practice in Auntie's choice to find someone to pin the blame on. Traveling in pairs seems like a good compromise to me. We move fast, travel light, and we look out for each other. And hopefully have an understanding that we ought not to throw each other under the proverbial tram. Right, Commander?
Closed. Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Why are you asking? Who are you? By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying. The anguish she always seemed to battle with, I fear it may have finally overwhelmed her. And could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action. I wish I knew. It's nothing good, I can tell you that. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor. How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me. Among other things, for some reason she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia, but you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That and the invasion itself set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been, or worse. We became friends when she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been distracted. We all know to watch every last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter, and she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could. We all were, originally, before the schism. But she never gave it up, even when it became illegal to even mention their name. Which was surprising with how angry she seemed to be getting with them, even as she was deep into scheming with Victor and the others. She even continued to sign her messages, "See you in the equation." It's all so confusing. What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much, at least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it. It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing, at first. But slowly, I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I question whether her truth was just more of her penchant to sow chaos, no matter who may be caught in her schemes. Some days I wish I'd never listened to her at all. Others, I can't help but miss her. Even with everything. I did try to, once, after the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me. No. Nearest I could surmise, she'd left just prior to the fall of Fairfield. I'm ashamed to admit, I did break into her safe. She used the same code for everything, 15-778. She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty. Just a religion driven by algorithms, maths, predictions of the future. They believe they will eventually solve the universal equation and know everything, rid humanity of uncertainty. The Order used to be part of the Protectorate. For most of my life, they seemed one and the same. But soon after the invasion, the Order renounced them as no longer fit to lead. They said they'd lost their way, and worse, were in violation of the grand plan. Suddenly, something we'd been told was the ultimate truth our whole life was deemed heresy. We were told to believe in the paradigm instead, which seemed an awful lot like the same plan, worded in a way that made the Protectorate themselves the ultimate truth. We are trained from birth to believe anything they tell us. When the alternatives are death or having them forcibly recalibrate your gray matter, it is surprisingly easy. No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. Then they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them. I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her. That's all I can ask.
Stringing up their own people. Sick bastards.
Damned bodies. Be forewarned. We are in a heightened state of alarm due to unprecedented events. Unless you have official business here, I suggest you move on. Move on and leave me to hang all of these bodies. Which I must shamefully confess may be beyond my capabilities. Even without your distraction. Is that you there? Why do you have an Auntie's Choice abomination in tow?
Careful now. You're speaking to a soldier who could put one between your eyes at 100 paces back. Lucky for you, I'm here in good faith.
Bah, no matter. I cannot afford to worry over you. I have a grave number of bodies to hang and not enough time to hang them. Now, what is it that you want? Why would I do that? And be mindful, if you haven't your transfer orders, I don't have time to waste going idly back and forth with you. Oh yes, I am quite sure you are a creature of unimaginable charisma. If only that mattered one whit to a loyal subject of the Sovereign.
You are approaching a restricted estate.
Immediately. If you lack the means, a pistol will be provided for you.
Disruptive influence!
this is where your backstabbing agent plotted and schemed, huh? Cheery place. Can't wait to see the inside. Hell of a scene to greet you at the start of your workday. Bet it keeps folk completely in line.
Cannot be happening. Not again. Come, quickly.
Technicians Acna and Gastrell, you stand accused of manufacturing a fatal flaw in one of our valued dragoons. Have you any last words to express your shame?
That Dragoon was already defective. Oh, we were only rebuilding the logic assembly so that...
At last, the truth alights. I hope this belated confession unburdens your conscience, though it will do nothing to commute your sentence. On the charges of sabotage and treason, most contemptible, I find you both guilty.
No. No, please! This is all a misunderstanding. We're loyal.
More loyal subjects executed. And valued technicians, no less. I cannot see how reducing our own manpower guides us down a path to victory. Wait, I recognize you. From Horizon Point. Yes, just outside the skip labs, before the incident. Didn't I set security on you? How are you here? Alive? You must have been the cause of everything that happened that day. And to think I could have stopped you. Perhaps I would have, if I'd not been so vexed over mere demerits. Let's call you a stranger then. That still doesn't explain how you gained access to this station, or why you're here at all. This entire dialogue is pointless. We'll both be dead soon enough, given current trends. If Montelli cannot find a reason for more executions, he'll invent one. You want to help me? Now, where have I heard that one before? Fine, you've laid me bare. I lack bravery, but not intention. I want what's best for the Protectorate. If I must collaborate with an enemy of the state to save the state, so be it. I cannot believe Montelli is so far gone as to forget his true duty, or our friendship. If we were to work together, perhaps I could convince him to stand down. Go to his terminal. Search for any information on it that may be deployed against him. Also, while you're there, notify High Command that I'm taking control of the station. Why don't we just launch the Vox station into orbit while we're at it? Do morals not exist outside of Arcadia? No, absolutely not. And moreover, some things just aren't done. Not because they can't be, but because it would be wrong to even try. Besides, Montelli is not merely my superior. He's also an old friend. I must make some attempt to get through to him. Remind him of what true service to the Protectorate means. You will need your own access card to get upstairs. Blank key cards can often be found in the contraband room, and there's a terminal for encoding access in the security office. Head through the door to the right and continue down the hall. You should find your way without much trouble. Oh, but mind the guards. They'll still attack you on sight. My commitment to the Protectorate is unwavering. Obviously, I wouldn't be attempting something so foolhardy if I was not devoted to protecting cause above self. Remember, our success hinges on sending my notice and gathering any information you can from Montelli's terminal. Don't fail me in this, or it will be both our graves. I will join you as soon as you go to confront Montelli. In the meantime, I'll gather what weapons and allies I can, just in case things go poorly.
relay launches, we won't be able to change its trajectory. It could land on one of our towns. No, of course not.
Aggressors in range.
Looks like
That cover spot looks much better. Let's reload. We're out.
Removing to cover. Yo, no. Lay low, They covered our dude. Help. Back in business.
customers about our electric.
Breaking for cover! Serve the sovereign. Under seeking cover! Maintaining perfection. Finishing my fire.
Armed and ready.
Can I remain unsullied under the command of a rambling, nonsensical persecutor?
Intruder. Of course. I was warned the paradigm would test me, and here you have arrived. And Corbin. By your presence, am I to understand that you've turned renegade as well? Of all the serpents writhing beneath my boot, you were the last I expected to strike at me.
My intentions are as they've always been. Honorable. I only wish to talk.
Talk? With a gun in hand and an enemy in your shadow? Do you mistake me for a fool?
Turn your gaze outward, Umberto. Look at everything you've done. Can you honestly tell me this is for the good of the Protectorate?
I'm killing traitors. Seditionists. I am purging our prized garden of chokeweed and all manner of slithering things. My methods may seem callous, but a swift response to treason is necessary to prevent this crisis from worsening. Auntie's choice. Bah! The invaders are vacuous opportunists dead from the collar up. They would not have found purchase here if not for the festering rot already in our soil.
Festering rot. Hell of a way to speak of your own forces, Brigadier.
Or perhaps your auntie's choice simply lacks the standards to separate out mediocrity. Nevertheless, I am not afraid to speak what's true. Our great protectorate has lost its way. Years of comfort and plenty without stricter enforcement have softened us, made us weak, undisciplined. If only the Sovereign heeded his consul's wisdom, he could restore the Protectorate's honor, instead of shaming his forebears by leaving such a grave task to others like myself. How dare you speak to me as if you were my better? You are no superior to a worm.
What? No! This isn't the course of action we agreed upon!
Trusting the enemy to do your bidding. You always were a guileless fool, Corbin. Were it up to me, I would sentence you to the slow and painful traitor's death you deserve. But given the circumstances, your extinction must come quicker. Guards, purge this loathsome treasonist and his odious ally from my sight. Leave none alive.
Alive, Commander.
Your best attempt at getting Montelli to surrender? I should shudder at what your worst would have looked like. Sorry? Oh, well then, all's forgiven. And still, I've not learned my lesson. Clearly, you're someone who only understands plain speech. If you'd have told me all those years ago that this is where my future would lead, standing over Montelli's corpse, I'm not sure I would have wished to survive that disaster. What's done is done. I only hope my superiors will understand my actions here today, and that the Vox will be strengthened under new leadership. After I've summoned janitorial services, give the station the news. There will be much that needs explaining. I suppose I should thank you for your assistance. But for both our sakes, I do hope we never meet again.
This is the control room. Any last month's earnings, the degrees left their mark here.
you are or how you accessed my private terminal, but it won't do for prying eyes to have evidence of my activities. I've triggered the Vox Relay failsafe ejection routine. But worry not. After launching, the station will take several minutes to achieve its pre-programmed self-destruct altitude, so you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the ride before your death.
We gotta do something. If the Vox crashes into Fairfield, it'll kill a whole lot of my people and innocent civilians. Use the control panel. Do the right thing. You know damn well it isn't helping the Protectorate kill a number of us when we aren't even in the fight. Aim it elsewhere on the island. Fire it into space. I don't care, so long as you don't doom everybody in Fairfield for nothing. It's a relief to hear you say so. Go on then, Commander. We're short on time as it is. You gotta move, quick! I begged you, Commander. I begged you to direct the relay away from Fairfield. Now, everyone's dead. Don't you even feel bad about what you've done? Do you feel anything at all? Yeah, you're probably right. I seen what they can do when they intend to give no quarter. Maybe Fairfield would have fallen, but we won't ever know for sure. Suppose it's for the best we didn't follow through on Milver Street's request. Those folk in Westport still live, and they've escaped Montelli's machinations for good. It's gonna take me some time to move past this, Commander. Just, please, tell me we won't have to cause this much destruction again.